Hello and welcome to this short video outlining the 3 new resources that have been added to the Geography Teacher Box Vault for April 2023. So I'm just going to start by showing you the grid that's inside the vault to give you an idea of what the lessons are and where you can find them. So you'll see I've actually added in a new module separating sustainability from the climate change unit, because I think it probably lends itself better to that. So this month, all of the resources centre around the fashion industry and how sustainable it is, particularly in relation to fast fashion. So if I just head over to the module and I'll show you what there is and where you can find it. So the first one that I've added is linked very much to Shein. Now, you've probably heard your students talk very much about Shein because it's become a real sort of sensation on TikTok. They've used a lot of relatively unknown influences to kind of market it, and it's just kind of blown up as a result. Main reason being is because of the affordability. So this documentary, originally from Channel 4, kind of looks at the issues surrounding that in terms of why they're able to make their clothes so cheaply. So as normal, alongside that, you've got the copy of the Google Slides presentation to go with it, and you've also got some follow-up tasks there as well. You've also got your question and answer sheet. So the video clip's about 40-45 minutes long, so you can choose how much you do in one lesson or the other. You know, obviously, how big your lessons are. The next one that I've got looks at the issue of clothes waste. Now, this is a documentary from probably my favourite channel on YouTube that comes from DW. So this looks at the issue of what happens to our clothes once we discard them and really focuses in on the issue as it's felt in South America. So they look at the dumping of textile waste in the Atacama Desert. They also look at how refugees from Venezuela are utilising it. And we also look at what's happening in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and looking at how individuals are using fabric scraps to turn into new products and how that's offering sort of different jobs as well. So alongside that, you've also got the Google Slides to go with it. The follow-up task I think is really useful here because it focuses in on the idea of the circular economy approach, and I've linked into the Ellen MacArthur Foundation website because I think it does it really, really well on there. So lots of scope to follow that particular lesson up, and obviously alongside it you've got your question and answer sheet. So it's a bit of a shorter documentary, this one's about half an hour or just under half an hour, so really good and useful to use within a lesson. The next one that I've got links onto a fascinating documentary that's been put onto the Water Bear website. So this one's not on YouTube. If you go onto the Water Bear website, you can get a free login on there. And this full-length documentary, I think it's just under an hour and a half, called Slay, really gets into understanding how animals are used in fashion. So it looks at the fur industry, the leather industry, and even the wool industry as well, and really trying to get across this idea about greenwashing and why that's come about. So it's absolutely fascinating. It's done by the same people that put together the Cowspiracy film that you may have also heard of and seen. So again, alongside that, you've got your Google Slides presentation so that you can use that in class and some follow-up activities to go alongside it. You've also got the question and answer sheet. So as I say, it's a bit longer, this one. Oh, there you go, an hour and 20 minutes. So obviously think about how you want to use that in the lesson. The last video clip that I've linked to, I've not done it as a full lesson, largely because there's a few issues here in terms of whether it's suitable for your students. So it follows basically a group of young Brits that go abroad to various places looking at how our luxuries are made. And I've actually got a previous link, I think, to it in one of the other modules about gems and gem mining. This one sees them going to look at the leather industry in Addis Ababa in Ethiopia. So as you'd expect, because they're going into a tannery, it's not always that pleasant. They sometimes use swear words when they're describing how they feel and what they see. So obviously do kind of bear that in mind when you're thinking about what students you're going to watch this with. But you have got a question and answer link to that. It's about 45 minutes long, so it's probably quite a nice one to do perhaps towards the end of term if you're doing a unit linked to fashion industry and globalization. Okay, So I think that's all of them. So I say it's 3 sort of core resources there and 1 bonus one for the leather industry as well. Hopefully you find those useful. By all means, drop me a note on email. It's nicola@thefearlessfrogltd.com. If you've got any thoughts or views about the resources that you've been using in the GTB Vault, or if you've got any ideas of what else you'd like to include, please just let me know. Okay, bye-bye for now.